Thug Rose is here. Hello, Rose. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Thank you so much for doing this. I appreciate it. A big week for you, a big opportunity. Actually, the first question that I was going to ask you, Rose, was: are we staying at home because you're fighting, close to home, or are we doing the hotel thing? This looks like a hotel, so I'm guessing you're doing the
It
hotel
is.
thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Was there any consideration
Yeah.
of staying at home?
I guess like for a second, but we quickly like just realized like no, it has to feel like fight week, and then like that was kind of the initial like I guess thought or the theory was like okay, we got to feel like we're at fight week, so let's stay at the hotel. But maybe if it comes up, in my mind like hey, let's go home or the bed's uncomfortable or whatever, then we can always have that option. But actually but the closer it got, it was like no, this is definitely the right move because I'm just like sitting at home like it's great, I'm training hard and there's nothing I mean it's just I'm very comfortable at home, so I gotta be a little bit outside of my comfort zone. And actually it's not like I go downtown that much anyway, so being down here it does kind of feel like I'm somewhere else.
Right. How far do you live from
Yeah.
that area?
Probably about like it depends on traffic.
Yeah.
So anywhere from like, you know, maybe 25 minutes.
Oh.
15, 20.
Yeah, I would say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's relatively close. It's not like a 2-hour drive
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah. No, I mean, if there's traffic, it could be a long time though.
Okay. And
Yeah.
I know you and Pat are somewhat famous for wanting to get on a plane and go home right after the fight. No matter what,
Yeah.
like you're at the airport at 4 or 5 a.m. And by the way, happy belated birthday to Pat on July 7th, I believe
Oh,
it
thank
was.
you.
Um,
Thank you. It was my birthday too.
it was? What day was your
June
birthday?
20, it was
Oh,
June
yes.
29th.
I texted you. Did I
Yeah.
not text you?
Oh, you did? That's
I
right.
did,
Oh,
yes.
yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. I did not text
Yeah.
Pat, so I apologize. By the way, it's my birthday on
Oh,
July
okay.
8th on Monday. We're all cancer babies.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Oh, happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. What I was going to ask was that whole, just the whole process of going on the plane and airport, and does that put you in a sort of like mindset? And did you have to do something to compensate for that this time because you're just a short drive away?
It does put you in a certain mindset, and I think just packing in general, it puts me in a certain mindset. So that was like all I needed. All the nerves hit me like right as soon as I started packing, and excitement and all that stuff.
Okay. Obviously,
Yeah.
you were supposed to fight Maycee Barber. Now it's Tracy Cortez. Is there one fight that interested you more, that you liked better, that excited you more, that you had a preference towards?
I mean, definitely fighting Macy was like super exciting at the time. I was a little disappointed to find out, the news. But now that it's Tracy, like, I mean, it's just different. You know what I mean? So, um, I'm just as excited. I went through that process of being like, oh man, and then
Yeah.
it was like, as soon as they were like, okay, we're working on Tracy, though, it was like, it took me a second to like, be like, okay, well, we'll see, and then, but once I made that transition, it took me about a day to kind of like process it. And then it was like, all right, this is what we're doing.
Macy is a little higher ranked, and I know that I think you mentioned in an interview that there was like something with her dad, and where he like was saying some stuff to you.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if there was like any more like tension there that motivated you a little bit more than the Tracy fight.
A little bit, just because like just there's just like a bunch of interactions, not a bunch, but just like a few interactions I've had with her where or like on her social media a long time ago, it's just like silly stuff. But she posted a picture of like me with my training partners, and then like xed out all their faces, and then like circled my face and was like, "I'm coming for you next." It's like okay, and then she always like tries to say like that by beating my training partners, like I feel like there was a moment like I know that broke her. It's like, well, you don't know what could break me because there's a lot more that has to break me. You know what I mean? So to me, it's just like I don't know. I mean, I don't have anything personal against her, but as far as like the competitor inside of me is like, yeah, I really wanted to show her what's up. But at the same time, it's all love. It's like I also enjoy when someone challenges me like that. You know what I mean? So I appreciate it too.
Have you been impressed with Tracy as of late? She's on a pretty good streak. Obviously, has had some injuries, which has precluded her from being consistent out there. But 11 in a row is still 11 in a row. What do you think of her?
Um, yeah, I'm definitely. I think she's got some great skills. Her wrestling's really good. I think her striking has shown to be improving over since her last fight or whatever. And it's been a while since we've seen her, so I'm assuming that she's gotten better since then as well. So yeah, and I think the game plan is pretty much the same thing for me. It's just I think a little bit more um uh I think Tracy just has she likes to grapple a little bit more than Maycee does. I think Maycee likes to clinch more. So it's just kind of like making those a little bit of adjustments and stuff. But yeah, I mean if Tracy was a little bit more active, I would say she'd be higher up in the rankings. But so yeah, by her skills, I'm very impressed. I think she's very tough. Like she has no quit in her. So those are the things that I prepared for.
You live and train in Denver, and I asked her on Monday, how early she came out there to get acclimated to the high altitude. She said about a week ago, and it took her about 2 days to get fully acclimated. And some people reacted to that, saying like, "There's no way that it could take you just 2 days." What do you make of that? Is that possible, or is she in for something come Saturday?
I mean, I don't know. I think it's possible. Everybody's different. I think to me, I've lived in high altitude for so long that when I kind of leave and come back, I don't really notice it anymore. I don't notice the difference. So I think also she lives in Arizona too. So I know they have mountains out there, and it's like it's not like she's just. And I know she likes to go camping and stuff like that. So it's not like she's, I guess, foreign to the concept of altitude. So but yeah, I think if anything, I mean, it's I think it's just a different environment. So it's slightly different. It's really dry here, but I guess it's super dry in Arizona, so it doesn't. Yeah, I yeah, I don't know. I'm expecting her to be fully acclimated.
Okay. I know you train with
Yeah.
Miranda Maverick, right? And it's kind
Hmm.
of interesting because she was supposed to fight Miranda on July 20th. Were you with
Yeah.
her when her opponent got taken away and given to you? And if so, what was her reaction? Was that awkward?
I mean, I wasn't like physically there with her, but yeah, I mean, like we talked about it. She was pretty disappointed, and she had been waiting a long time to get a ranked opponent or a higher up ranked opponent or whatever. Um, so that was it. This was a fight for her to like kind of get somebody that can maybe get her to climb up the ladder a little bit. So she was definitely devastated when this happened. I don't say devastated, but you know what I mean,
Yeah,
like just God, man. And yeah, so uh yeah, it's a little weird too because it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm taking your
I know.
taking your opponent, but yeah, I mean, she was also ready to jump into the main event as well.
Uh,
But
to
yeah,
fight
it's
you,
all good. Yeah.
how would you have felt about that?
Um, I don't know. I mean, I would fight her, but like there's no, um, I guess love lost or anything like that. To me, it's just more so like, um, we just like literally like I would prefer to have like a separate camp.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? Like, so yeah. And then also yeah, you got to think like she's trying to climb the ladder. Well, I am too, so you got to weigh those things into consideration.
And
Yeah.
and it's an interesting time in your weight class because we still don't know about Grasso and Shevchenko. We assume that's happening in September. But even Tracy said on Monday she's hearing that Shevchenko maybe doesn't want that date, and obviously there's Manon who beat Aaron Blanchfield. What's at stake here for you? Like, what do you think this win gets you? Is it possible you do something super impressive, definitive that you could leapfrog all these people? What are you thinking?
I think it's very possible. I think anything's possible. Well, I shouldn't say very possible, but I think it's possible. And that's obviously what I'm like waiting for and what I'm hoping for and praying for. But yeah, it's all about God's plan and what He has in store for me.
I noticed that you've upped the content on the YouTube channel as of late. A lot of bee content recently.
Yeah,
This is crazy stuff. Why are you? I mean, you've got the whole like outfit, but I noticed your hands are exposed. Can't they? When you're picking up
yeah.
that, can't they sting your hands? I mean, this is like hundreds of bees that you're holding on this thing.
they can sting you, and if they sting you, it's because you kind of messed up doing something, um so to me, I love bees. I think it's weird because I never was like an insect person. I love nature and I love animals, but when it came to like insects, I'm just like, ooh, but there's a few there's a few different I guess encounters with bees and things that I learned about them in my past, that I just came to realize that they're very sentient beings, and and then also just the Lithuanian culture of me. It's just beekeeping is very heavy in the Lithuanian culture as well. I have some family members that keep bees as well, and it's all just a part of the whole my journey towards eventually becoming a farmer one day. So it's one of those, I guess, things that you want to know how to do, because you kind of want to offset any type of well, one, it just goes hand in hand with the gardening and everything like that, but two, like as of right now my garden isn't producing as much as like other years because we just had really weird weather. So it's just a good security blanket for farmers sometimes to be able to also have bees, to have honey that can kind of carry you through some of those dry spells. But um, anyway, that's a kind of tangent. But I guess with the gloves, it's very important to be able to feel what you're doing. And some people like gloves, some people don't. I don't, because I want to feel what I'm doing. Um, and I just feel like I have better control. And my bees this year are very calm. I mean, I like the last time I didn't upload this one, but the last hive check I did, I like dropped my tool and it kind of banged one of the the frames. And I was like, oh no! And then all the bees just went, like everywhere, and they were definitely pissed off. And I was like, oh no! But then I just kind of like let it calm down, and then I still haven't gotten stung. So
Wow.
it's so far it's great.
And are you producing honey that you can eat? Is that how it works?
I so the first this is like a new hive that I have. So the first year you're not really expected to produce any honey, because you want to leave some for them so they can make it through the winter. So it won't be until the end of the summer will I know if I can take some or not. And then, just year after year, the bigger the hive gets, the more producing it can be.
And you said this is part of your journey to becoming a farmer. What kind of farmer do you want to be?
Man, I'm not really sure. Because I just feel like as expansive as MMA is, just as far as um like the rabbit hole in which you can just dive into in this type of, I guess, line of work. I feel like it's way more expansive in farming. So it's just kind of like me experimenting right now and just finding out what it is that I like to do. It might even just be, for me, it's just like I'm just trying to produce stuff from, like, it might even just be a homesteading thing, and find little avenues of ways to make money through that. But or maybe it's just, so there's a model in which I kind of am thinking, there's like many different options that I think about, but there's one lady in Durango. She runs Turtle Lake Refuge. If you're ever in Durango, Colorado, I highly recommend going to Turtle Lake uh Refuge Cafe, or Turtle Lake Cafe, I believe. um and she just does so many different things for the community. She has a cafe where she like educates people on like wild weeds and stuff, and how to incorporate that into your like diet and things like that. So they like give free lunches, and then they do stuff for like schools, and they do this organic parks movement where they're working with city council, which, by the way, I have good news about the dog park, but I'll come back to that.
Okay, okay. I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah. But she's working with city council to get pesticides out of our parks and stuff, and make things better for the pollinators and the bees and everybody, really. So that's somebody that like I really am inspired by, and I hope to maybe do something like she's doing in the post fighting kind of thing. But and maybe obviously incorporate MMA into it somehow and make it a little bit different as well.
Okay.
So definitely something for the community that is like a, I don't know, just a holistic approach on life and just everything that I think society needs right now. But yeah. So
Dog park.
anyway.
Tell us what's the update?
Yeah. So far we won the battle. The war is not over.
Okay.
The city council made a vote. I think it's even like a well, they made a vote 5-2 to keep it the same size. There's still a lot of, I guess, groundwork that needs to be laid out as far as like how to zone it and or to rezone it and to also restore certain aspects of the ecology and things like that. But yeah, it was a lot of work because there it just seems like and this is I don't want to sound well it just seems like as if there's certain agendas that are really don't want this to be a dog park, but that's my conspiratorial mindset. It's not really conspiracy because I there's a lot of evidence. But anyway, so we're still fighting, we're still pushing forward, but definitely gonna enjoy this small victory.
Well done. Well done. I love it. I
Yeah,
saw you did a thing with
yeah,
the local CBS, and you were walking around, and they showed how
yeah,
massive it all is. So I hope you continue to win, and
yeah.
wish you the best on that. I also wanted to
Thank
ask
you.
you, and we'll let you go in 2 minutes here. And thank you. I know it's a busy day over there, but I wanted to ask. Invicta came back, and Invicta had
Hmm.
a period where they were kind of everyone was wondering if they were never going to come back. And that's kind of where we were introduced to you, and you had some great moments over there. And I'm just wondering if in today's MMA landscape, if you feel like it is extremely important to have an Invicta, a place where women can go and grow. And, they're never going to be the UFC, and I don't think they want to be the UFC, but to get their career off the ground and, to get them out there in front of an audience, do you feel like that's still a very important thing?
Yeah, I do. I really do. I felt like it was just a really I don't know. I think it was really cool. I don't know if the Ultimate Fighter would have came about if it wasn't or the season 20 with
Yeah.
all the strawweights and stuff. It really just helped build the strawweight division and stuff because we all had all our different personalities all in one place and you can kind of just see that. I don't know, it's just something really special. And so yeah, I you know hope that it keeps going on and stuff.
You still enjoying this as much? You get excited on these fight weeks? You get the butterflies? Like you still feel the same way as you did when you were starting out?
Yeah, I actually feel like I'm enjoying it more.
Wow.
Um, yeah,
Why?
I there's less of like the negative emotions and stress. I deal with fear a lot more in a healthier way. My connection to God helps me deal with that. I just rebuke those things and I just focus on what it is that I'm here to do and basically just kind of be the vessel and just whatever I've just let go of control over things. Like it's not about me, it's about God and us and what he wants for me. And so that's really helped me enjoy this journey a lot more and I get to be grateful for every experience. And I look back at my career and all the things that I thought were like a big deal really aren't, and I'm also at a point in my life too where I don't really care what people think about me. I don't, I think to a certain extent I kind of didn't care before, but then it's just like you get I just have a lot tougher skin now and I can just enjoy it more.
Do you look back on the early days of your career and regret caring so much or being so intense or being so afraid or whatever those negative things are?
I wouldn't say regret is the word, but I guess like there's certain things that if I were to go back, I would like have that knowledge. I guess it's just a learning experience, but so if it didn't happen that way, I wouldn't be able to enjoy it the same way that I do now. I just wish I could like remember stuff a little bit more and like remember people more and faces and names and just be able to remember also that like every opportunity that I interact with somebody, I can make an impact on them. And I remember that now a lot better. But it's like every moment there's an opportunity that you can shine your light or that you can uh, change somebody's life really in a small little way. And so it's like I want to say regret, but it's just like now I know like it just I'm very glad actually that I have still some time to be able to do it better,
Hmm.
you know.
By the way,
Yeah.
before the Ioana fight, when you were reciting the Lord's Prayer, Do you still do that at the weigh-ins and all?
Yeah, I mean, not at weigh-ins necessarily, because
Okay.
I felt like there was some really dark energy there.
Okay.
Like, and then that's the thing too, is like you see it, but it's like when you're there, it's like, um, I remember like Joe Rogan explaining it, like when he was there, it was like it had a really it was impactful that
Yes.
moment, like just the energy, the spiritual energy was super strong. And so that moment I really needed that, because the other face off that we did, I was just saying my confidence, condition, composure, content, like I'm just, so I was more just like in my flesh, whereas like at that time I was like in my spirit, because I needed some extra help. Whereas now it's like I kind of just, I don't know. There hasn't really been any other girls that have came with that type of energy
Okay.
to this point. So I haven't really. It's more about like me and not me, but like my relationship to God at this point. So it's like, but I do, yeah. Anytime that I say the Lord's prayer every day, and then especially in times of need. So if I have some need, I'm praying.
Well, it's always great to talk to you, especially before a big fight. Good luck this Saturday. Can't wait for it. And thank you for the time on this busy Wednesday. We appreciate it. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it very much. Hey, if you like this video, give us the old thumbs up. Subscribe as well. You could get many more of these videos on the channel. So please do that. We would love you forever if you did so.